If you want to destroy your life, then guess what? Your 20s are the easiest time to do it. Why? Because this decade gives you cover. You're still young. You're still figuring it out. You have time. And that phrase, I have time, has destroyed more potential than failure ever has. Your 20s feel long, but these are years to build leverage. And they're the years where your risk tolerance is highest, you have least responsibilities, and your adaptability is the strongest. And this is the decade where effort compounds the fastest. But a lot of people in their 20s don't see it this way. They drift. They endlessly experiment. They prioritize comfort. And they chase stimulation. And by the time urgency hits, the runway is shorter. Today, I'm going to walk you through some subtle, socially acceptable ways to waste your 20s without even realizing. And I want you to assess yourself honestly as we go. Let's get into it. The first way to ruin your 20s is to prioritize your image. Curate a lifestyle where you show off all your public wins on social media, on Instagram and TikTok. But whilst privately you feel that there's some discomfort and things are not going right, you don't want anyone to know about that. Just show off all of your wins and make it appear that everything is going well. And before you try and build any key skills, put branding as the most important thing. You want people to see that your life is perfect. So make sure that everything you put out on social media and how you talk to others conveys that exact image, because there's no struggle, right? And also, when you start earning some money, whether it's through your own business or through a job, make sure that when you get that first paycheck, young in your 20s, you inflate your lifestyle. You buy that fast car that you've always wanted, even if it has a large leasing agreement on it, because at the end of the day, you want people to see that you're the man, right? And spend to signal that progress. Buy the designer shoes and buy the designer clothes that you've always wanted to wear, that Gucci belt. Buy it all. And try and impress your peers as much as you can, not through any skills, but through what you're wearing or what you drive. Because materialism is the most important way to impress people. Speaking on that point of substance, you want to hop on the latest trends because that's what shapes you. You borrow your opinions from whatever is trending online. Maybe you're all about climate change right now, but then in a few months when no one's talking about it, you shift your attention to something else. And you no longer care about climate change. You're hopping on trends and you have no internal compass that's guiding you, because core values are for losers, right? Who has time for that? But moving on to the next way that you can destroy your 20s, and that is to chase short-term hits. Dopamine. You want to scroll to your heart's pleasure. 10 minutes of break after you've had a tough, long day at work. Maybe you just want to sit on your phone for a few minutes. That 5 minutes of checking your updates on Instagram has turned into half an hour of doom scrolling. Now you wonder where the time has gone. But don't worry, because now you're going to go out and party and spend money and time just chasing things that you think are the best things to aim for in life. Impressing others and being with attractive people. And always try and chase new pleasures, because life is about trying to find the next biggest thing. And have a fear of boredom. You don't want to have silence, because then it's not going to give you any fun and any satisfaction in life. You have Netflix on whilst you're doing your most important work and you've got your phone by your side, because who needs to focus deeply, right? And avoid hard projects, because who wants to grow and do hard things in life? Come on, that's for losers. You want to live a life of comfort and quit when it's hard, because in life, we really shouldn't push ourselves. We should find out where our limits are and just stay within those pretty comfortably. For example, maybe it's a nice day outside, but you've got your blanket, you've got Netflix on, you just want to chill and watch that. Maybe you grab some ice cream, because you don't need to have a six pack or try and lose weight, because people should feel guilty towards pushing you towards that. And who cares about self-improvement, man? That stuff doesn't work. It's all a facade, right? And you want to always restart things constantly. You start something, but you feel like, this is not really for me. And you just want to chase whatever is trending at the moment to try and see if something fits. And the next item on the list is to avoid hard commitments. You want to keep your options open. You don't want to specialize on anything. You don't want to master any skills. You don't want to build a future and a long-term path, because life is about the here and the now and enjoying that as much as possible. And hey, you are scared of FOMO. You don't want to jump the ship too early on a trend, and you're constantly trying to pivot, and you're always going for what's new because of the shiny object syndrome. Because you want to have that new car, you want to have that new phone, because you want to be the guy who's on trend. But also you want to avoid responsibility, because that's difficult. So don't take accountability for your actions. Don't try and build a style of lead. Don't try and become a leader in anything. Don't try and build ownership. Leave that to someone else. Now let's move on to money, because that's another big part of your 20s. And you know what? Your 20s is about flashing the cash right now and not worrying about the future. So what's personal finance to you? That's just trying to find personal finance to you. It doesn't mean saving or investing. That's for old people. You want to ignore investing because that's difficult. It's all a Ponzi scheme anyway. It doesn't matter. You don't want to save any money and build an emergency fund, because you know what? I've got the money to cover it. I'm good. I can do this month to month. It's fine. You want to try and normalize debt. Finance your lifestyle. That new car you've got, put it on a leasing scheme. Buy everything on a credit card, even if it's so expensive, because next month you are sure you're going to have the money to cover it. And that's how you can build a financing lifestyle. And have this mindset of paying off your credit card through minimum payments, because even though there's a lot of interest on that, it doesn't matter, right? It's the easy option. It allows you to have more money on your credit card for next month. And don't build any long-term ideas with your finances, because who knows if you're going to have that money. Better to spend it all now. And when you earn money and your income rises, also spend more, because you want to let people know that you've got more money. And make sure you don't invest in any assets and keep that net worth flat. Maybe the debt will go up, maybe your income will go up, but so will your possessions. And that's what people care about. Now, the next point is to talk about friends and social life, because that's another important pillar of your 20s. Now, you want to build a comfortable circle, even if these people have no ambition and no real desire to improve themselves. That's fine, because you've known these guys for years and they're your best buddies, right? But that's fine. They don't take accountability for themselves. That's cool. You want a chill life. You want to surround yourself with people who have that chill mindset. You want to have the same conversations, whether it's about partying or girls, just have that chill circle. Also, blame your failures on everything else. Normalize mediocrity. Make a habit of complaining about things, because it's not your fault. Make excuses and have a victim mindset. The economy is a reason why you can't earn a good amount of money. Politics is the reason why you can't find a job. And just settle with that mindset. Give in to peer pressure. They're asking you to drink or party, go and do it. Your friends are asking you to do something that you don't want to do it anyways, because you don't want to lose your friends. And downplay your goals, whatever goals you have in life, because you don't want to stand out and appear awkward to others. The next point is to do with relationships. You want to make relationships your identity. You want to allow yourself to lose focus, lose discipline, and lose motivation. Put all your energy into your partner. And you know what? If there's some red flags, like maybe they drink too much, or maybe they don't have any goals, or maybe they're just complaining and shouting at you all the time, that's fine. Ignore them, because you don't want to be alone and you don't want to have to start the process all over again. And really, you want to make sure that you're attached to that person, because that's more important than actually having a partner who helps you grow, right? Even if it is toxic, because these relationship gurus don't know what they're talking about. You want to be quite up and down with your emotions. You want people to second guess what you're actually going to behave like. Have those cycles where you go through loads of drama and gossip about others. Be jealous. Drain your energy by focusing on what is going wrong in your life, because that's where you should put your attention. And now the final point, which is to neglect your body and your energy, because who wants a six pack? Who wants to improve their physique? That's for alpha male types and people who take steroids at the gym and big bodybuilder guys. You don't want to be like that. The sleep is optional. You can have late nights. You may not even want to sleep at all because you see the hustle culture mindset on social media and you don't want to miss out on that. Don't have any structure. And when you have burnout, just push through it. And also don't take care of your physique, because who needs physical discipline? You don't need to train or go to the gym or lift any weights. It's too cold to go outside and go for a walk or a run. Also, eat as much as you want and don't worry about eating processed foods, because who cares about nutrition? If you notice yourself having low energy, that's fine. You're pushing yourself anyways, so it doesn't matter what you eat. You just need to eat to keep you going. Don't have any routines in your life. You don't need a morning structure or a working rhythm. You don't need to recover and rest on the weekends. Go through each day, working as hard as you can and pushing yourself. Your body doesn't matter. You'll figure it out later in life. You have time later on in your life to fix your body. Here's what makes all of these methods of destroying your 20s dangerous, is that these are all pretty normal behaviors and they don't feel like they're catastrophic, but that's why they're powerful. Your 20s won't be destroyed by one mistake. They'll be shaped by small, repeated decisions. Comfort over courage, image over skill, stimulation over discipline, drifting over direction. Here's the good news. You're not behind if you're aware. The moment you decide to move intentionally forward with your life, that's when things change. If you want clarity on what to focus on, what to eliminate in your life, what to build, and how to structure the next couple of years of your life in a strategic way, then you're going to want to book a call with me down in the description below. And we'll break down your current position of where you are in life, your blind spots, and design a focused plan so you can stop drifting and start compounding. Your 20s can either be the decade that you wasted away, or they can be the decade that built your edge. If you want more advice, you're going to want to watch this video right here. Peace out.